It's all hearsay. I never saw anyone said, "Hey, I'm not going to fight you because of this, and I want to do this." It's you never know. You know, I'm talking at first to fight like Pettis, for instance, at first, and the matchmaker.
Oh, in like, Dallas, that would have been perfect.
And it's like, hey, this is perfect. Like we're both on win streaks. This is great. Like that's a fight to happen.
Were you offered Pettis?
Not really offered. They said, "How does that sound?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Was Pettis offered?
They came back to. That's where I'm getting at. Where I don't know. I can't say. I've been told he was offered me, and they're like, "Hey, well, he'd rather do something else if he's going to fight someone above him at Cejudo." I can't speak for anyone else saying, "Hey, they turned that down, or they turned that down, or they did this." But basically, it came to me, and they said, "Hey, he wants to fight Cejudo more." And we're going to let him do it because he's ranked above him. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you going to let someone turn down a fight and then pick an opponent? I don't really know how that worked. And then other than that, it was just names that were possibilities, but I wouldn't, I guess, expect them to fight me anyway. So like an unranked guy making his debut or a guy from the show, Pantoja, a guy like making his debut, Jared Brooks, like I wouldn't expect them to fight me anyway, like except Pantoja said he wanted to fight me once and then didn't, but you know those guys aren't obligated to either. You know they're just starting out. He said in an interview after he beat Eric in his last fight, right? So those guys are turning it down because hey, you know I have one fight. They rank way ahead of me. They're not really there yet. Those were just names that were possibilities, and it's just it's hard because that's where I was working with anyway. We're just once that Pettis fight left me, and the Mighty Mouse fight left me, and the Hayes fight left me, really, because I asked to fight. I was like, if you guys don't want me to fight Mighty Mouse, like at least let me fight Hayes so we can see, you know, who could go for it, or Pettis or whatever. So once those fights left me, I was just those were the options I had. So, you know, a lot of those options that I'm left with, those guys, that's not really on their cards yet either. So. Ben Nguyen was the one to step up.
You would have taken Cejudo or Pettis in Dallas.
I said I'll fight Cejudo next if it's not Mighty Mouse, because that part of it was just it was annoying me. I was like, if you think you won, like we can fight again. You didn't win, but I'm like now the question is like, do you even think you won, or are you just happy having other people think you won? You know, it's that like perception kind of thing, and you know you'd rather have other people think things of you than actually do it. So. You know, I was ready to take that fight, and that was my whole thing about it. Is like I don't think you thought you won, because if someone, you know, thought they want to fight, they'd want a rematch. They wouldn't just be like, hey, you know, I'm going to fight someone else, and some people thought I won, but I'll take the loss. You would want to go get the win back, and he didn't want that. Like, I don't know if they asked him or they even wanted to do it, but I told him, I said, I'll fight Cejudo again if he really thinks he won.